Hello and welcome to Moster Does the Crossword. This is Moster, and this episode is the review of the New York Times crossword puzzle for Sunday, September 19th, 2021. In the new fast way of doing this, I'm doing two completely different straight through shots, even though I have to do some merging of the last one. The goal is still the same: to be done, have it processed, chunked through the phone, and out the door the night the puzzle comes out. So that's the idea. That's why I'm doing it this way. If you're interested in hearing my thoughts as I run through the entire puzzle, there's a separate video thread for that. Depending on where you are in the week, that can be anywhere from 3 to 4 to an hour longer, depending on how you're looking at it. But, yeah, I think that's the intro. I don't even know anymore. I don't have notes or anything. But I thank you very much for coming along, and let's get right into it, shall we? Let's put this stupid thing over here where it'll be out of the way. So, yeah, this theme was an interesting one. Fresh pair of eyes. You've got it in a few different places, not all of which have the question marks on the clues, which is kind of cool. But for example, books on Taipei instead of books on tape gets you two eyes in there. And then you've got Panama, Haiti up there, which you could say Panama to Haiti. Also, there's a whole bunch of them. Thorough Fairies is another one. So yeah, they're all through there. Maybe it's also Thorough Tooth Fairies. Panama 2, that's lame. But anyway, I got it anyway, and 38 is not bad for a time for this. So let's jump to the screenshots, and then we can come back. Okay, there's going to be a little more skipping than usual because there are some minis that I was doing while I was sitting in Althea's room that we got to jump over. But anyway, Blank Reader, Quarterly Magazine. They love this one, the Ootney Reader. I think it's in Colorado or something, but they fucking love it regardless. And Potatoes on Perfect Slogan here, Orida. It's an interesting one. It's an interesting company, Oregon, Idaho. But I thought it might be interesting to some people. This is another one, Shape of a Donut as a Taurus. I got myself in not trouble, but teacher wasn't too happy with me because I blurted it out when she set a bonus question for the whole class for over the weekend, because that's the kind of fucking high school student I was. Some post-pollution efforts, cleanups, I thought was pretty straightforward, but still, think about things in that perspective. And Person with Star Power, I pulled this one out especially because it's Raider, and there was one like yesterday or the day before that was like Star Maker or something like that, and it was a Star Making Writer, I don't know what it was, Critic, and yeah, that's just a pain in the butt, and I tend to point those things out because they annoy me. Similarly, they've had a lot of defamatory conduct and libel and all kinds of similar crap like that flapping around. So it's another thing to keep in your mind, insulted in print or whatever. There's a lot of variations. Excuse me. Pea jacket material is wool. It's a pea coat. It's made out of wool. I don't know why. Organization that bestows the Community Assist Award. I had NEA here for a minute, but NBA makes so much more sense, not least because there are assists in basketball. Go from here to there like that. I liked this one. I like when they're getting a little bit of feel. There was something about gay porn yesterday, so Teleport here I thought was pretty cool. And then it's My Hunch, I Suspect. This is another one that could be a lot of different things, so I wanted to call it out specifically for everybody. And Apps is a church part. This is just another one that whenever they need to throw in 4 letters, Apps pops up. And there are 3 of them in a Morse. Oh, I have dots here. It's wrong. I changed it very quickly to DAS because it's dits and das, it's not dots and dashes. And there you go. Frequent CDC collaborator. This is FDA. I had AMA there, which it doesn't make very much sense. AMA being the American Medical Association, FDA being the Food and Drug Administration, and CDC being the Centers for Disease Control. Pithy saying epigram. I wanted to write this one down because, again, write it down after the fact because it was cool and you want to say it again. Thomas Jefferson or John Tyler by birth, Aries. I don't think either one of them gave a fuck about their signs. I thought they both had a birth name of Aaron or something weird like that. But that's way up. Ugh. If I were better, I wouldn't be letting you hear these yawns, but there you go. Tools used by horologists is loops. Horologist studies or works on a watch. And a loop is a jeweler's magnifying glass thingamadinger. Use a prayer rug, say, knelt. I liked this one, actually. I don't know exactly why, but I just thought it wasn't the second thing that came to my mind for how you would use a prayer rug. And I like it when that sort of thing happens. Long rides. This one, again, this is one to keep in your brain. It should have been a little bit closer in my brain because limos are long rides. And then we have, what is this? Oh, truth serum. People can't lie under it. Yeah, this was another good one because I kept on trying to make it something having to do with like court, like lying under oath. And a lot of these crosses I could very easily have pulled through that way, and I was trying to, but then I got, what did I get here? You lose maybe, or sweat, I don't know, but it was enough to get me to truth serum. So that was another good one. Esau, biblical father of Eliphaz, because it's a 4-letter name. In fact, I'm not really sure if Esau stayed, so we'll see at the end. And that's nothing. And now, wait, what was this? Oh yeah, that's the first video because that's where I stopped it. Ha ha ha. So surpass eclipse. This is another one that I liked. But it took me a couple of different iterations to figure out exactly what it was. And where are we here? That's another tiny video. These are these things. Zoop zoop. Here we go. This one was another cool one. Meticulous magical beings. Thorough fairies. You've got the 2 eyes in there. And thoroughfare, so that was pretty cute. Screams, riots, like a party. Good time. You can see that I have the start of each but I haven't even fucking filled it in yet. Clicking sounds, ahas. I like this one also because it's when the idea clicks in your head and you say, aha. And small doodles, lap dogs. Fucking poodles annoy the shit out of me. Dogs annoy the shit out of me. Soccer star, superstar. La Pulga is Messi. Because I got a couple of the letters and I figured, Messi's a fairly famous footballer. And this is when I figured out Esurance acquired by Allstate. And I'm sure that all those Esurance customers are like, oh great, we're bought by Allstate now. Postseason tournament pick. This one took me a while to get through to figure out what it was. I was trying things like bracket and weird bookie stuff in my brain. I don't even know if it made it into the narrative, but wild card makes perfect sense. And nickname for someone whose full name is a calendar month. This one took me a little while because it's August or Augustus, and that name is Gus. I'm used to Gus being nicknamed after somebody who's named Gustav, or Gus having their full name be Gustav. So that got me. Possible reason for refusing to wear a tank top, shoulder hairiness. There's your 2 eyes. And yeah, if you have hairy shoulders, you probably don't want to wear a tank top. And yes, this was another one. Scale for some judges, 1 to 10. I'm glad that it got out to be 1 to 10. Because there was part of me that was saying that it was like Rotten Tomato, which might very well have been the point of the person who wrote the clue. But Rotten Tomato, like fresh to rotten, doesn't fit. But then I was looking at Fresh Pair of Eyes, and I was like, oh, maybe that's fresh to rotten. But no. 1 to 10 makes so much more sense. And Marconi was a very big figure in Italy, so that also makes sense. Marconi having, I don't even know if it's true, but he's credited widely as inventing radio transmission. Major exporter of nutmeg, Granada, got this on the crosses. Had no fucking idea that's what it was going to end up being. But it's interesting. And then Straight Sides of Sectors Radii. This one took me longer than I would have liked because the radius is the straight side of a sector of a circle. Geometry. Similarly here, Journals of a Stunt Performer. This one I liked a lot too. Double Diaries, because it's the stunt double and it's their diary. And that's the next video, and that's it. So we can jump. What else did I want to talk about that I didn't get to? I don't think I did Polka Idiots for Adept Dancers at Oktoberfest. I thought that one was pretty cute. Knoll over here for Small Hill. Reminds me of, all that crap with Kennedy. Stetson felt on the head because a Stetson is a felt hat. That one took me a little while. Oh, and I wanted to call out harem pants. I had short pants there. Again, only because it really made sense. And yeah, there's a lot. Like, I'm not going through and doing the whole thing again. You can watch the longer video if you really want to. But this one, I started off like The Rock vis-a-vis Any of the Stones. I had younger, but beefier is much more sensible. But anyway, that's pretty much it for this. Solid showing for a Sunday. I'm very happy with my time of under 40 minutes, especially considering the number of times I was interrupted. And, yeah, I'm going to leave it here because there's not much else to say. Other than thank you again for listening. Please come back. And I wish you a peaceful journey.